What's up, guys? We're out here on the country roads in the M3, and we're gonna hit a little twisties here in a little bit. And it's one thing I like in this area that we recently built our house about a year ago, and we just this area it's almost like living up north. Kind of reminds me a lot about upstate New York, where I used to live. Yeah, I love this area, and just want to hopefully that you'll enjoy this drive with me as we cruise around down here in Lake Placid, Florida. So this infotainment system is basically like watching a mini TV with a split screen, or you could say it's two computers put into one. And you know, the only thing that I haven't got the benefit of it is watching movies on it. But I don't have a Android. So in this area over here, it's pretty rural area. Lots of sand, lots of hills. Crazy, it's a lot of rattlesnakes in this area. It's almost like a desert out here with all the white sand. But it's a beautiful area. Lots of farm area back here. Lots of cattle area. Where you can go in and adjust everything right here on your settings. I like how you can change the sound of it. Everybody's driving these sugarcane trucks. Right now they're cutting the sugarcane. Like I said, there's a lot of farming in this area, so sometimes you'll run into these sugarcane trucks where they've got hauling this cut sugarcane out of the fields after they burn it. And when they load it up, they pack it down in these trucks. So I used to work on a sugarcane out in a sugarcane field, and we would pretty much get your fields ready for harvest. We would plant, and it's a pretty interesting crop to grow. It's just like a weed, so it doesn't really ever die. You have to pretty much go in and root it up. You have to till it up. But after about 7 to 10 years, the sugar starts to thin out. It's not as sweet, but so since I've had it for the 7,000, if you notice, I got 7,000 miles on this, and just turned over 7,000 miles probably the other day. Not bad, almost a year old. We do drive it. I shouldn't say we do, but I do drive it, but I don't drive it every day. This thing really handles really well. I mean, I have the suspension on sport, so it is a little tight right here as we were going around the twisties, but it does have some spots in there where it's really hilly. So I'm going to change everything back to comfort steering. I like to leave the engine into sport or sport plus. got to drive the Audi RS6 Avant, and I have to say, you know, it is a beautiful touring wagon, but there's just something missing about it, and I don't know. Obviously, I think if you were to do a tune on the car and a downpipe, maybe it's going to change the way I feel about it. But it's like driving that Cadillac wagon that they had that was a V model. And I mean, they look good, don't get me wrong, but I don't know, it's hard to see something like that going down the road so fast without, I don't know, though. I guess the Dodge Magnum also was a big hit for a minute. Big SRT engine in it. But now everybody's going to these twin turbo V6s, which they're realizing they can get so much power out of it. I think once the Nissan GT-R came out, everybody started getting on board. But Lexus has already was, you know, dibble-daddling in the V6s for a long time. But now you're going to notice that Lexus is going to be switching their cars. Their race cars are going to be, I think it's the RCF is going to be switching over. Not going to be a V8 this year. So everybody's going, and a lot of people are going out of the aspirated engines like BMW is supposed to go out in 2025. But yeah, I mean, overall, like I said, this car, haven't had any problems with it since we've owned it. The only time I had to take it to the shop was to get maintenance done on it because the light came on, and then I had to replace the tire when I had a nail in it. So I was up in Lakeland, BMW, and I took my vehicle in for service up there, and I was very unhappy because once I got the car out and went to leave, the car was backed in. As soon as I walked up, I seen it had a nail in the back tire. They never inspected the tires at one time. So if you ever have a vehicle, you're down here in South Florida, take your car down to Coggins BMW. They have really good services. Just ask for Kevin. I'm not getting sponsored for this. I'm not getting paid for this advertisement, but definitely go check out Coggins BMW if you're ever down this way. Ask for them. They don't sell their cars over MSRP. There's no market adjustment or addendum. The car is what it is. Now, if they're running any discounts, I'm pretty sure that they'll allow you to know that, or they'll tell you about it if they want to. But anyway, so yeah, I mean, I'm pretty happy with this this car. We were looking at trading in the M5 for the RS6 Avant, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I think if anything, what we'll do is we'll probably keep the M5 and then just buy the RS6 Avant and don't trade it in. It just doesn't make any sense. It's a beautiful car, but it's not that beautiful to take place of the M5. It's just, you know, it's just not. So overall, this car has been fantastic. If you have the urge to buy one, you have the opportunity to buy one, I would tell you, do not pass it up. Now, if you have plans to get rid of this car like in 6 months, and you know you're moving from joy to joy, or I mean, it might not be worth the while. But if you do, buy a used one. If you plan on keeping it for a while, buy a new one. Anyway, but yeah, this is it's a really fun car to have. I wish I could have the opportunity to drive it more, but if you drove this car more and more, the miles you put on it more and more, the value of it decreases. But the other reason why I don't like to drive this car as much, it is a specialty car, so it is one of 500. There's only 100 of red cars made in this package, in this specialty badged car. So I want to make sure that I keep the value up on it as high as I can. Now, I know it's not sitting in the museum with 3 miles on it. So whoever's got theirs sitting in the museum with 3 miles on it, hey, I want to be like you one day. Just posted a video. If you haven't seen it, my last video was a pretty long video, but it was a very lengthy review on which one would you daily, is either the Model 3 Performance or this car that I'm in today, the M3 Comp Xdrive, the G80, baby. So if you haven't watched that video, go back to the other video and check that video out. If you haven't already, hit the like button down below. Helps me out, get noticed, and allow this channel to grow a little bit more. So we definitely appreciate you guys watching. We'll see you on the next one. Have a good one.